All right, hello everyone. Welcome back to Mario Kart Central for Mario Kart Tour Competitive's debut of CWL Primetime. I'm here with Wins today.
Hey, good to be here. Very exciting league coming up.
Yeah, so this is our first match of the season. This is Square Tables Knights versus Comedian Club. So before we get started, I'll just explain a little bit about what we are doing here with CWL Primetime. Basically, this is a match that's one match that's selected every week to be casted by our media team. This match is usually it's going to be a high level match, so Division 1 or Division 2, and we are working with certain times right now. We'll be seeing a Japanese team play today. Japanese matches in CWL can't be rescheduled for reasons of time zone issues. So we are trying out this time today to cast a match. You'll be seeing different times for these throughout the week, or throughout the season, but we'll be casting one match per week. So we can go ahead and head on over to the lineups here. And yeah, so seeing a pretty typical lineup from STK with Hadley, Sanch, Skull, and Worst. I think there's a mistake here. We'll actually be watching Worst's point of view today.
Yeah, true.
And then for Comedian Club, we have, sorry if I pronounced these wrong, but Cannon, Kara, Zinma, and Mugi-chan, aka Shinpon.
Yeah, very strong lineup. I think Zima, for example, was in the Japan versus War event. But also on the STK sides, it's interesting that they chose Skull for their first match. We didn't see Skull play that many times for STK. I think we played a war against them sometime, Mitch, and Skull did really well, so I'm excited to see him play. And of course, Hadley, Sanchez, and Worstone is main lineup, definitely. It's cool to see Worstone's point of view. We don't always see him because we chose Sanchez's buff before. So good that you pointed that out.
Yeah, so we have casted Sanch in the past. He is one of the best players in the world, and he also has a really good stream point of view. But we'll be getting someone new today, which I think is really cool. Worst is actually a very strong player, and I'm really excited to look at someone new for this match today. Yeah, so pretty... and also with Skull. Skull has improved a lot recently, especially throughout Earthquake. They've been... our tournament from last month and the month before, they've been using him in matches, and he has definitely improved quite a bit. He's definitely a contender for their best lineup now.
Yeah, I think most people also know about Square Table Knights lineup and how they play, but maybe for some of the people that don't know, Hadley is usually the beggar, or always the beggar, meaning that he'll go for shock from his team, and the other three players try to front run and bring in top threes. For Comedian Club, I'm not too sure what their playstyle is. I don't even know if they have a dedicated beggar. Maybe you know, Mitch. So it'll be interesting to see how they're going to fight Square Table Knights kind of game style. I wouldn't be surprised if they actually all four of them run. But again, we'll have to see. And it will be very interesting to see what they pick to fight Square Table Knights game style.
Yeah, so Japanese teams tend not to bag. That's what I've noticed playing against them in the past, but I feel like this team especially, Comedian Club, probably one of the better Japanese teams playing. They can adapt to that. I do know that... Alright, we're actually getting in the match. I do know that Zinma is, like, a runner. He won't bag for them. He's probably their best runner, honestly, in their lineup, so...
Yeah,
we'll be seeing...
really good.
Yeah, we'll be seeing some good play from him up in the front. Not too familiar with the rest of them. I know Shinpon has played since the beginning. Other two names are kind of new to me, but I have seen them play in Lounge and in Wars, but not all too much. So we'll see how they play today.
Yeah, I know one thing. Never underestimate the Japanese players. They're some of the best players in the world for sure.
Absolutely. So we'll be starting off on Armex Rainbow Road. I believe this is 1R, or no?
No, it's T for sure, because it started with the Rams, I think.
T, okay.
Yeah.
So
what you
oh,
you can also tell that it's 1T because there's a constant flow of tricks in those wave sections.
yeah, those are usually gliders, yeah.
Yep.
Very funny gliders, might I add. But, so Worst gets trailed at the beginning, but he's gonna get a decent chain at the second set with this Mega. He'll actually go all the way up to second with that. Zinma in first right now.
Yeah. If we take a quick look at the mini-map, by the way, Mitch, we can see that the 8th place is very close to 7th place and to the pack in general. So they're definitely not opting to back from Comedian Club.
I'm fairly certain that. Okay, there's Shock coming in. I believe that's 2 star dodges. One of them coming up right now. It was Sanch, so that was probably Hadley Shock. Skull coming up as well. This is really good.
Ooh.
And the red from Skull. That's the top 3 right now.
Top 3, and you can imagine that even Hadley is close to them, to be honest, because he was close to the pack while firing Shock.
Yeah, that's top 3 right away.
I'm interested to see Hadley's position. Kind of a bold Shock, to be honest. Yeah, they could dodge 2 people, but they also have Worstone in. Yeah, that's a top 4. I was already a little bit afraid for that. They made the call to Shock while they had a player in first, so it was a bold call for them for sure. Played out perfectly nice. Well done.
Yeah, so I definitely think that this is where CC are going to have to adjust their playstyle a little bit and go have a bagger. Try and counter Hadley, because Hadley will stay in last every race if they don't. We'll have stuff like this. And STK are very aware, and they know to drop and get dodges, and just have someone in the back if they, or like in the mid pack if they have Shock. So
yeah, this also kind of highlights the reason why it can be very devastating to all run. The player in 8th from STK could stay relatively close to the pack and bring in a good score as well, which is just even more devastating than just being in 8th place.
And so Worst is going to opt to hop into this shortcut right away. This is just normal Calamari Desert.
It is.
He'll get a shroom for it, actually. It's really good. He's gonna lag 2 bananas off of the other team. He'll have to be careful of the screen. Okay, it'll get lagged away. So top 2 right now for Comedian Club, but we're just gonna try and draft up. He has 2 shrooms now. Ooh, that bump.
Yeah, that was a cruel bump, giving top 2 to Comedian Club. But he has a shroom for the shortcut coming up on the left side, and he'll probably opt to take them.
This bomb could be okay. He'll back it a little too close to him, but he'll get into the cut. I think Skull took it as well.
Yeah, that means that probably Skull is holding onto reds. Yeah, he does.
He has 1 red. Getting starred there. I couldn't see who the star was. Ooh, that horn! Oh my god, that horn hits 3 people. That's from Shinpon. I think that at least one of them was his teammate. The snipe will miss.
We don't see any dodges, by the way. One hard now.
Only 1 red, and it's going to take off a heart, so that's top 2 for Comedian Club here.
Well played, well played, well played, yeah.
So I was thinking that horn hurt more than it helped, because I'm pretty sure Shinpon horned Zinma there, but top 2 in the end for them.
Yeah. And Hadley taking 8th place, so...
So I believe that's a +3 or 5, maybe.
Yeah, I think +3
for Comedian Club there. So that'll bring the differential a little closer here. Now we head to Glaciar de Rosalina. I believe we're in the next cup.
Yeah.
Um,
Rosalina's Ice World, but
and a reminder on the right of your screen, we'll have the cups listed. Basically, Pauline, that's her symbol. That's the cup we're playing, and the 3 tracks are listed there that are in this cup. Cups do rotate on a time basis, so every 13 minutes the cup rotates, and we play cups in that order. As you see, no track picks here. So we're just going to get trailed right away, putting him in 6th. You're going to drop a Nana there on that boost panel. That's a good Nana if a bagger doesn't hit it. That can catch a player off guard.
Yeah, I feel like dropping to a position in the back early is quite devastating because it's hard to get a position over people in this specific track. You also got to be very wary of any backspin coming in, especially in this section. Okay, that was a green, for example, but if you get hit now, you're in a super tough position. There you go.
Red was that Skulls red?
That was definitely Skulls.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. That puts them very far back in bottom 2 running. We do see now that 2 people are behind worse, so CC has, I think, I don't think they're hard bagging, but I believe they're just trying to counter the shock and maybe just see if 8th place has it.
I don't know what you think, but Worstone made a very weird decision to hold on to one of his hearts. He fell so far behind, he definitely needed stars or mushrooms to catch up or anything, basically, at that point. Right. I don't know what he was hoping for with another heart in his back.
Yeah, we saw... Yeah, not so sure about that one. We see a lot of SDK back here. I believe that's 5, 6, 7. We saw Hadley bill up, so he didn't have shock.
Yeah, he might even be 8th, because I think he got hit. Yeah, he took 8th place.
Wow,
and
top 3-7. Yeah, top 3-7 for Comedian Club there. Right back in it right away. So very good from CC to make that adjustment and try and counter bag. There was no shock, which actually helped them because they were in the front. They didn't need it, and SDK didn't get it.
Yeah, I'm going to be a little bit critical of SDK's performance in that track, because if we review what happened, Worstone got hit very early on and fell behind. He made a weird decision with the hearts. I think Skull hit Worstone somewhere before lap 2. So they made it so hard for themselves to even be able to catch up in that track. If there was no shock, they would never come back in that track. And because it wasn't there, I think their performance in that specific track was just off.
Yeah, I think even despite that track really only has one shortcut, and it's at the very end, so even if he had tried to make used his items a little bit more, he probably wouldn't have been in much better position. Getting head out early on that track is very devastating.
Absolutely.
Okay, so we head to Mario Circuit 2T. Horse taking a nice nist getting to first. Okay, he's dropping. That could be a sign that Hadley has the shock. Or maybe he just didn't want to get redded, but
it might be holding next to him. Blue. Do you think they might... Yeah,
there's the blue right there, yeah. So he's gonna punish Zinma, but he'll also hurt his own race in the process.
I think so, because he has terrible items. And the finish line is about to come up right now. He needs at least one mushroom. No, he doesn't take it. That might, there he gets past.
A mushroom, I think that was Canon passing him. I still don't know how to say his name. Canon passing him there. Still top 2 for SDK. Sanch repping the Toadette there, pulling those shrooms, and that's a winning race for them. I believe it was top 2, 5, 7.
Yeah, and Cannon came in 8th, which was kind of surprising. Don't really understand what happened there. Maybe we did see Kara pass instead of Cannon.
Yeah, that's probably what it was, yeah. Right, so is this 2T? I believe this is 2T, is it?
Yeah, it's 2T.
So this...
2X is kinda...
Yeah, so this is the newest track to Mario Kart Tour. This is RMX Rainbow Road 2. So this track, as you may know, all tracks have variations, like reverse or trick. So trick is actually very unique from the other variants in that there are 2 pretty big respawn glitches that save a lot of time. We'll see if any of these players go for them, but basically you fall off and they respawn you forwards and actually save you time. We'll see if any of these players will do them. Worst is going for this one. He'll get it. So yeah, this respawn just skips the mushrooms. I don't know if that one saves time without a mushroom, but the second one right here definitely does.
Yeah, it does.
Ooh, he's gonna miss it though. He'll clip on that invisible wall for too long. Sanch does it though, so that's top 3 right now for SDK.
It's kind of strange how far Comedian Club fell behind. Do you think they're begging for shock already?
Yeah, I think Hadley... I think, yeah, they really won it on this track, which is fair because the SDK are like top everything. That blue will help, but they're going to need more than that. And worse with this hard as well is not best.
And he's holding it, so...
Yeah.
And still holding, so I think they're still in third. Strange race, by the way.
Yeah, Worst's going to do both the glitches this time. And as you can see, that respawn saves a lot of time. And it's also worth noting that when you respawn, you have invincibility frames for a very long time, so you can dodge very easily, like with a shock at either of those spots.
We didn't see a Comedian Club member for the entire race. I'm not sure what happened.
Yeah, top 3 8 for SDK. Yeah, I think that the beginning, I think SDK started in the top spots and they just kept them, but also like CC didn't have any luck hitting them out at the beginning. So that's a very, very strong running track, and especially if you do the respawns, you just get so far ahead, and it's very hard to catch up without shock.
Yeah, that's true, and maybe they took some really bad trails in, let's say, the first 2 corners after the first item set, which is possible, because all the corners are very near. Everyone takes the same line, because there is no different line available, basically, so, yeah.
Yeah, really on T, your only options to avoid trails are to go, like there are those ramps that cut off the turns, you just go wide and avoid those if you need to, but that loses a lot of time. So, it is a very rough track to avoid trails like that on.
Absolutely. We didn't talk about this last time, but I think specifically for Rosalina's Ice World R, shock isn't as good as it is for the other tracks, probably. That's because you have this section with the boost panels, and straight after you have a long glider. So there's not that much room where shock is very, very effective. It's only at the absolute end. But that's also risky. If someone dodges, then you probably won't catch up. Probably won't have time to catch up for good spots.
Yeah, so shock definitely not as effective here because of that. So strong top 2 right now for SDK.
Yeah, Skull having a really good lead, actually.
Yeah, Worst falling under the water at the in lap 1 actually helped him because he was able to red someone out for it. Shock coming in, though. That's got to be a Comedian Club shock. I believe that's Shinpan dodging and Zinma and Cannon all dodging there. That's really strong. They'll be good. Top 3 after that.
Yeah, so that's like the sweet spot where you can hit people.
Yeah, that's
a huge advantage.
Yeah, that's the best spot they could have used that in. And I did see Zinma pass holding a Mega too, so they still have End of Heart from one of them, so they definitely have protection still.
What's Cannon holding? Is that a bill or is it a bomb?
That's a bomb, okay. I believe. I don't think he's just not going to use it.
It had to be.
Okay, I'm not sure if you passed him there. That's a strong race, though, for CC. Very good shock.
Yeah, absolutely. First, third, fourth.
Yeah, 1, 3, 4. So Sanch actually taking second there, but yeah, that shock was just too much for SDK to come back from for the most part.
Yeah, and Comedian Club is really fighting to win this match with Square Tables Knights, which is good because especially after the first track where they had a -19, that can be totally devastating to the morale of the team as well. They're fighting, and it's good to see.
Yeah, so looks like Comedian Club is down 14. I don't know if that's right. I don't think you can be down by it. Or wait, never mind. You can be down by an even number, but race differentials are odd numbers. Never mind. So down 14 right now with 6 left. Definitely doable. I am getting word that shock from Comedian Club was from 7th place that race. So I definitely think that'll help boost their morale, like you said, going into these last few races here.
Yeah, definitely.
Alright, another cup change. So we'll be heading to Waluigi Pinball R, I believe. So in general, Waluigi Pinball is a very strong front runner. And especially R, actually, because you have the pinball section at the very beginning. And if you can survive this section without getting hit, maybe get a trail off on the enemy team, you're very set to just run the rest of the race.
Yeah, here we have the forward spam ramp. It doesn't happen. And we can see the first pinball rotation on the left side here.
Yeah,
and another reason maybe why front running is so good on this track is because there's actually very little options to snipe forward. Like you have this long straight, but basically everything else is a turn, and that makes it very difficult to set up snipes. While it's very easy to set up back spams. So top 2 runs are usually extremely strong on this track.
Okay, I'm not sure how that one didn't hit. I'm not sure how that one didn't hit, but Shimmon's going to hold first for now. Top 2 getting shrooms at the beginning really solidified the top 2 here for Shimpon and Worst. Yeah, I'm not sure how that red or that green didn't hit him, but not going to question it. Bomb here for Worst. He could pull a snipe. Okay, no, it's going to miss. Shimpon with the red in first, though, is very powerful.
Yeah, and he keeps picking up defense, which is kind of lucky. And also, it's lucky that Worstone didn't pick up any reds. Although I think he was 3rd place when he took that box because Sanchez passed him, I believe.
Okay, Sanchez in a heart and Worst has a heart here. So if Hadley can get shocked somehow in the ending,
There we go. Wait.
Worst doesn't dodge, but Sanch does, so he'll get first. But Worst doesn't dodge there.
Yeah, I don't understand what happened there, to be honest.
A little weird from there. He'll get a shroom to recover and take second, though. But a little weird that Worst doesn't dodge that, but that's going to be top 2 for
Yeah,
SDK.
Definitely. And it had to be an SDK shock. It made no sense from the Comedian Club to use it there. I'm thinking if there was something like, if he used it and there was like a back spam or something that we couldn't see, but I doubt it. I think he was just late.
So overall, Shinpon did a really good job up in the front, but the shock really just solidified that for them. He still could have held second, but Worst got that mushroom there, which helped them out a lot. Like, salvaged him from not dodging. But that's top 2, 6, 7 for SDK on that race.
Yeah, and we're heading on to another excellent track, in this case Airship Fortress, which is another good running track. There's no shortcuts, so having a top 2 position means that you are allowed to free run. You got to be a little bit lucky with blues and or shocks, but front running is just extremely strong on this track too.
Yeah, for sure. This is probably one of my favorite tracks, just because it is a very nice track to run, and catch-up potential. Well, catch-up potential may not be that high. Shock is still very powerful in like the spiral section, or before the cannon as well. But it's definitely a very good track to run. So I believe that's that's a CC member in first. I think bomb coming out is gonna miss from Skull. but he'll get Shinpon in it from behind. So that's
Yeah.
2-3 still.
He got
For
caught in the area of effect. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, we're just gonna chain this mushroom here. Get a heart. I don't know if he'll want to hold this. Yeah. I was gonna say, I believe CC still behind him. So he'll take a red, but he's still holding this heart, which leads me to believe that Hadley is either in last right now getting this box, or he already has shock.
All blue. But I think Skull's near first. That's probably
Skull
right.
was, yeah, Skull was second. Yeah, he's gonna throw it.
Okay.
That's gonna
So
hit.
just got hit.
Yeah, that might have been the blue actually. But
Snipe forward.
I don't know if that blue even hit him. I think that's still Skull on second. I don't know if first might have dodged that blue. Snipe attempt coming from worst off the cannon. Gonna miss Zinma there. Oh no, that did hit. The blue did him. Skull's in first. I
Blooper and
confused.
banana, by the way.
I confused the cart. Okay, CC just gonna solidify that 2-3 with that shock there.
Yeah, well done. And I think at this point, the bonus point from bagging is also going to be very important. So let's see who takes that.
Yeah, I just completely mistook the carts, so I believe that was Shinpon did get blued there. Yeah, Skull takes first. That's 1, 4, 6, 7 for...
Well done by Skull, by the way, because he was kind of on an island right there. We saw Sanchez and Worstone couldn't apply any pressure in lap 2. So he definitely made the most of that.
Yeah, I think it's questionable he didn't use that heart. I don't know if, like, miscommunication, he didn't know who was behind him, but, like, after Shinpon, when he got bombed, it was the spin-out animation and not the flip. So, like, he recovered pretty fast. So, I mean, maybe he didn't expect a red from fourth, but I still would have used the heart. Just, like, it was his only protection from enemy behind him.
Yeah, it was greedy for sure. I totally agree with you.
Alright, so heading to Sunset, I believe this is Sunset RT, so probably one of the community's least favorite variants because of this section that you'll see right here after this ramp. Yeah, just
the mole holes are extremely inconsistent. Like you can see it, he got bumped from left to right. The edges are not. The edges are just very treacherous.
Yeah, you see, he's not holding wide off of those. Holding wide while tricking off those. He's literally just being sent wide. So that's, and then this section here. These mole trails can be like very weird.
You also see completely different play styles between players here. What you saw Worstone do in the beginning was that I think he dropped back from like third place to immediately to 6th to pick up stars. And that's because the ending section has like 3 giant shortcuts at the end. So if you can take a star into a good position lap 2, okay, he had to use it there. But they also got the dodge in. Nice.
Yeah, they'll get shocked. That shocks 2 of CC after boxes, a Sanch and Worst dodge there. It doesn't matter, I think, that Worst got hit there. I believe that's what they planned to use the shock there, and like they planned to use it there anyway. Looking for the backspam, we saw Skull's name.
Also, yeah,
that could be top 3.
Yeah, and I'm gonna question Comedian's playstyle a little bit. Comedian Club's playstyle a little bit there, because I think even if they didn't have the shock and they were just able to bring in those stars into like 4th place, there's so much catch-up potential at the end. But even then, without the shock, I think Square Table Knights would have probably edged out Comedian Club's members near the finish line.
Yeah, I think like Worst, even like if they didn't use shock, he was going to get a good chain there before the before the turn, and yeah, I definitely think TK had the advantage there. But that's top 3-8, another top 3-8 for them. Comedian Club down now by 22, I believe. If my math is, like, if I can do math, yeah, 22 with 3 left.
I think they'll need a good race already here.
Yeah, I think they just need to play very aggressive, get those top spots early, and just hold them. It
will also be interesting if they, at what point they will stop bagging. Because I saw they bagged on this track last time, but they might opt out of it because they need so much points to catch up in those last 3 races.
So Skull started it first. Oh, actually, I don't see him anymore. So this is Zinma and Shinpon here. If Zinma can get this trail off... Okay, no, it'll get lagged away.
Just barely, yeah. Oh, they had to go
Really
out.
avoiding the pinball. So we still see Shinpon and Zinma. They need to hold this top 2.
I would love to see Shinpon and Zinma hold top 2 because, like we said before, it's such a strong position in this track.
Back red is gonna miss. He has another here. Honestly, I would just hold this for like to pressure on Sanch and Worst here.
Oh,
ooh, that was a nice backspam. And Skull getting hit as well. Yeah. That puts Kara into 4th.
Yeah.
All Kara needs to do now is hit. Ooh, that nice nano there from Worst.
Oh.
But he has a shroom to recover. All Kara needs to do here is get reds and like just spam them at Sanch. Get him out. Secure that top 3. Oh, Worst not seeing that nano there. We'll throw the green. That will actually hit. That's a nice snipe there. Sanch actually isn't in 3rd anymore. That's Shinpon, so they really need to get Sanch out of there. That could be him in 1st, actually. I'm not certain, though.
I wonder what happened. Maybe he got hit by a pinball because there should be no way for Sanchez to catch up to the 2nd place, in my opinion.
We'll see.
And
random
hit.
Green. Yeah. I'm not sure if that was a backspam or random green on Shinpon, but yeah.
This is all on Zinma. He needs to be 1st here, at least.
Kart's already around the corner. I can't see who actually did, but yeah. And I think that was Skull right next to Worst as well.
Yeah.
So
2, 3,
Zinma
4 for
holds,
STK.
Yeah, Zinma holds 1st, but that's not enough. They need a bigger race than that.
I wish we would have seen Shimpon's point of view, but I'm gonna boldly assume that he made a driving mistake somewhere. I don't think it's possible to catch up from 3rd to 2nd, while he already had quite a big lead, to be honest. As we said before, there's no real pressure on 2nd place from 3rd, and it's very hard to snipe people out, so I wonder what happened with him. That's very unfortunate for Comedian Club, though.
Yeah, for sure. Looked good from the beginning, but yeah, it really comes down to what happened from Shinpon's point of view. So, heading back to Airship, and yeah, like, it's very dire now for CC. Yeah. Like, I don't think they can bag anymore. Like, they have to 4-run, and I believe that's what they're doing, but they're gonna have to work with a 4-run here to make up this difference.
What is the difference? I think it's 38, so 2 wins, 2 top 4s would give them a tie. Is that correct? Or yeah, I think they need 2 top 4s for a tie.
Okay, yeah.
May the force be with you.
So right now, Worst in 4th, Sanch in 3rd, Red coming out, gonna be blocked. I believe weird backspam coming out from Worst. It's not gonna connect.
Yeah, that was weird.
Trail. That trail may have actually connected on. I believe that was Kara there. But like, yeah. Really, if they just keep these spots, they win. So like, they don't need to do anything aggressive.
Zinma definitely can get rid of here. Oh, he has a heart, yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna rip his heart off.
Oh,
okay, Sanch getting hit there. Skull also getting hit. But it's still only top 2. They need more than that still. Oh, okay. Zinma getting, I believe that was a Nana off. But the shock coming in for Worst. That's gonna be it for Meeting Club.
Yeah, and I think he did get squished there. I think the invincibility frames were just barely over for him. So that's gonna be a real tough position. Almost good damage control by Comedian Club. I think top 2 in the last 2 races, top 4 in the last 2 races was a bit too much to ask for. Yeah,
you see 1, 3, 4.
You immediately see again, like once you give up bagging and Hadley can stay near 8th place with shock, close to the pack, he now got 4th place, and that's why it can be so absolutely devastating to not have a bagger, a dedicated bagger.
Yeah, they did a really good job in the pack lap 2. That their top 2, I believe it was Zinma and Shinpon again, but just wasn't enough. Without shock in their possession, so this is going to be the end of the war. Mathematically, we have one race left here. I believe Armix 2, Rainbow Road 2R. So
yeah, and unlike 2T that we saw before, where you have extremely strong spawns, this track actually has very toxic respawns where you get sent backwards. And it can truly ruin your race, so you got to be very careful about that.
Yeah, so those respawns we saw, those respawn glitches we saw earlier, only apply to the trick version of the track. So here we won't see those be done. If there was a bagging battle, the baggers would do them because they send them backwards, and that's what they want to stay in last. So yeah, but we're just gonna hold first right now. Was that a bomb? Wow, that was weird. So that's definitely CC behind him.
Yeah.
I'll get one protection here. I'll actually throw it away, so that might actually be CK behind him. We'll see right now, because he gets double coins. No, that's Skull.
Yeah,
his rear view. So...
yeah, and a difficult... Ooh, great snipe coming up from Zimma. And Shimpon, I think Zimma. Yeah, and we... Comedian Club, they at least need some damage control. Don't let the score get out of hand too far. Because the season just begun, but at the end of the season, the scoreline can be crucial, of course, in case of ties.
It's a nice ending for CC there. Again, like, Shinpon and Zinma make very good plays in the pack. Whether it's back spamming, sniping, they just can do it all, so they secure that top 2. Good ending for them, but that is going to be STK's first win of the season, so congrats to them. And yeah, like we mentioned, this is the first match of the season. There may have been another match happening at this time, but this was our first cast. GG is coming out from Worst in his Twitch chat.
Well played by STK. I think they made the best shock plays, and they had maybe a bit better team plays during the whole match. I think they were better able to support each other in the top positions, and that made the difference. I think some of the times Comedian Club had a good run in first or second, but they never really had good runs in first and second, and that made a whole world of difference, I think.
Yeah, definitely. So with that, I don't remember the exact difference. That was around plus 40 or 50 for STK. Yeah, plus 40, so very strong start for them. So actually, if I go ahead and look at the schedule here, STK plays, I believe, Alka right after this. Alka were Japanese Clan War League's winners from their last season, so that'll be a very good match. And then Comedian Club will play Shimokurin next. Those will happen at the next hour. If anyone's interested, there will probably be at least point of views from STK again on Twitch. A lot of Japanese players stream on Mirativ.
Yeah, I assume there will be streams on Mirativ too.
And then we'll have... so those are Japanese times. Those are these times are specific for Japanese teams, and then our normal default times happen starting in 1 hour, and at 11 EST, and then we'll also happen at 12. And then again, we also have a lot of Latin American teams. They play much later tonight in around 12 hours at 10, 11 p.m. Eastern. But yeah, that'll wrap up our coverage of our primetime match this week. Again, congrats to SDK on their first win, and we will, like I said, this is a weekly cast we have here for primetime, so we will be back next week. Watch for an announcement as to what we will be casting, and also, like I said at the beginning of the stream, times will be different. We're trying out many different times for these casts, so watch for the time for that, and definitely watch in the middle of this week where we'll announce our next match. So thanks everyone for watching. Thank you, Wins, for casting with me. Thanks again to T for hosting. He always does a great job. And
He's the real MVP.
yeah, for sure. So yeah, we will see you guys next week. Thanks for watching.
Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.